Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. I already have a cream corn recipe in my videos, but I'm going to go ahead and update it. This is going to be in memory of my Maw Maw. She used to make the best cream corn, and I always make it like she does. So we have 9 ears of corn that we're going to shuck and wash, and when we get all that done, we'll be back. Alright, I have all of my corn washed, and this is how I do it. This is how Maw Maw did it. This is how I was taught. I just got a big bowl with high sides on it because it will go everywhere. And I have a serrated knife. I'm just going to start cutting down. Get all the kernels cut off of it, and I'm going to milk it. Just take my knife and just start with my thumb and just start scraping all that out, all the milk and everything. I want to learn how to water bath can. I'm just starting to learn how to can with water bath, make jellies. So I want to learn how to can this because my whole family loves this, and it will be gone. And then just see, your corn should just be dry once you get done with it. And it goes everywhere. So let me get all this done, and I'll meet you at the stove. Alright, I use a non-stick pan because this cream corn will stick. So you can use a pan or a, whatever. So I'm going to pour it all in here. Now we need to add some water, but I'm going to put the water in this bowl to rinse all that goodness out. I don't know if you can see kind of the yellow cloudy water. That's all the rest of that goodness that was on that corn. See how pretty that is? And most of that water will cook out, and you just keep adding. So I'm going to add salt, and the salt and pepper will be to your taste. But I like a lot of pepper in mine, a lot of black pepper, but I won't add that much right now. And then I'm just going to add some parsley. And some paprika. And let me get my butter. And the butter will be to your liking. I like a lot of butter, so don't faint. Got me about 2 heaping tablespoons. This is my mild hot sauce. You don't want a lot. Just a few little droplets in there to give it a good taste. And I have my heat set on medium-high. Once this starts to boil, I'm going to turn it down and just cook it low and slow for a while. You can't overcook it. So, and then once I like the consistency and everything, then I'll do my next part to it. So I'll probably let this cook an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just barely simmering. And even though this is a non-stick pan, you still kind of want to stir it every now and then, because it will stick. Alright, this is for my cream corn. I have a couple of tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of butter that in my bowl that I set out about an hour ago when I let it soften. And I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of flour. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm just going to blend this together real good. And this is going to go in our cream corn. And I'll meet you at the stove once I get it all blended. Alright, my corn's been cooking really for about a couple of hours real low, but you don't have to cook it that long. So I'm going to take my mixture, my flour and butter, and just kind of add that in there. And this is what's going to thicken it up. This is how Maw Maw did it, and this is how I do it. Some people add cream. That'd be good too. And just going to kind of whisk it in. And if it gets too thick, add a little bit more water to it. But we do want to let this cook for, I'm going to let mine go for about 15 more minutes to make sure it doesn't taste, you know, have that flour taste. And like I say, if it gets way too thick, just add just a little bit more water or some cream to it. And when this gets done, I'll fix us up a plate with the rest of my meal. And we'll have a taste. And I bet we won't have any left over. I'm trying to make enough. And watch, because this will splatter real bad. Let me cut it back down. Just be careful, that does splatter. You can cover it. Let me add just a little bit more water. The water will cook out. And y'all, I want y'all to go check out, like I say, I've made this cream corn before. I have an older video on here. But, this is, we're kind of making a meal, you know, like what Maw Maw used to make. So, I want y'all to go check out my good friend Fritz's channel. He made his grandmother's cream corn. And oh my goodness. It looked good, and I will be making his grandmother's version too, because it looked wonderful. And I'll link his video in the description box below. Y'all please go check it out. Tell him Cricket sent you. And I'll meet y'all at the dinner table after this cooks a little bit longer. Alright, this will be the ending to both the chicken recipe and the cream corn recipe. But this is what we had. We had our whole chicken that we cooked on the smoker. And our cream corn like Maw Maw made. We have some lady peas, fresh tomatoes, and some fried okra. So I'm going to try the corn first, which I know I'm going to already like. And it's wonderful. So, I'm going to sit down and eat my first meal that I've cooked in a long time. And I hope you enjoy.